Hello everyone and welcome back to more weird Neckbeard stories, or Legbeard stories in this case, from our friend Liz Cat. Hey Liz Cat! I don't know why I waved, you can't see that. My roommate, the Legbeard, or just a horrible person, I'm not really sure anymore. Part 2. So I have a bit more time today and figured this would be a good time to cover A's relationship aspect. If you didn't read the first bit, this is a quick overview. A is in a poly relationship with her fiancé of 8 years and her girlfriend of 3 years. The bit I forgot to mention is her age. A told me she was 26. She was 26. That was never the issue. But you have to keep this in mind with the whole story. All the crap she does is being done by a 26-year-old woman. She isn't some 18-year-old. She is 26. So the reason I'm devoting an entire post to her relationships is because this is complicated and messy. So as I said in the first video, A had told me she wanted a friend to visit, but never told me it was her fiancé. She snuck him in. I got the RA and they were forced to leave. Roll ahead a few weeks and I let her have him spend the night. I explained to A that she and he could not have sex while I'm in the room, and he profusely apologized for the last time he visited. Apparently, A had told him that I was into that. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want to watch anyone, let alone that, have sex. The weird bit is that the fiancé and the girlfriend were really, really awesome, super sweet. Every time they visited, they wanted to spend time with me, they were interested in what I was doing, they were concerned about my sleep and how A was treating me. At night, when A would be up till 4 in the morning every night, no matter what, they'd be asking her if she should sleep so I can sleep. A told them, "Nah, this kid's up. She doesn't mind." And her fiancé's response was, "Is she up because she's awake and wants to be, or are you keeping her up again?" To which she would scream at him and block him from her game. About 2 months into living together, I walk in after my 5 o'clock class to hear her screaming at him over the phone. "You'd never come visit me anymore. You're always at girlfriend's house. You never come here. Lizcat doesn't care. You can come anytime." I flopped to my bed and just listened to this. This poor bastard. I could hear the end of the conversation because she insisted on talking to him on speakerphone. Well, A, you live 2 hours away. Girlfriend lives 15 minutes away from me. It's easier for me to visit her. A got up and shuffled to her desk, pulled out one of the bottom boxes of her week-old Dominoes and pulled out a half-eaten slice. Ew. And proceeded to eat it. Ew. "You can't go over there anymore," she yelled at this poor guy. "I want you over here more." I hear him sigh a bit. "I'm already over at girlfriend's house. We can talk about this more some other time." "So now you're cheating on me?" "It's not cheating. She's in this relationship with us." "Not anymore, she's not. I just told you not to go over there, and you're over there anyway." "You just ordered me not to go over. I'm already here. You're being jealous again. We'll talk about this more when you're able to control yourself better." He then hung up and left me to deal with this. She starts screaming. No words, just screaming and shrieking at the top of her lungs. I quickly scrambled to shut the door. Not that that's helped much. And she flung her pizza slice across the room, nearly hitting me in the head. She starts kicking her dirty clothes and threw boxes everywhere. Every time she did not get her way, she threw a fit. After she was done trashing her trash pile on that side of the room, she looked at me. "You believe he's cheating on me with that whore, Lizcat?" I just sat there blinking. He's not cheating on you. You just told him that he couldn't do that. He's not going to just go home because you told him to do that, eh? "He should. He's my fiancé. He has to do what I say." She started getting her jacket and shoes on. "Hey, that's not how this works." She got up, opening her phone, and started scrolling through something. "Yeah, I'll show him," she said, and then she just left. I didn't see her for a few days after that. even though it was, the middle of the week. Next time I do see her is on a Sunday. She left on Tuesday. Turns out, as she explained to me, she pretty much went bed hopping and slept with 5 men on campus. Wow. I never saw any of them. They were never back at the room. But this is what she told me. I honestly could not give a shit and thought that this is where it would end. But I was so wrong. Late that night, more like 3:30 in the morning on a fucking Monday, I woke up to her yelling into her phone and sobbing. I snapped. Hey, would you please shut the fuck up? I have class at 8. I have to be up in a few hours. Go in the hall if you're gonna scream and cry. She looked at me still sobbing. His fiance broke up with me. I told him I cheated on him like he cheated on me with a girlfriend, and he called it off. Well, next time you won't go dick hopping. Now go outside and cry or shut the fuck up. I'm tired. I'm done. Don't you care that I'm upset? No. No, I do not. I fucking do not. Fine, I'll just go outside, I guess. And she went out in the hall. And I got to find out that she had no pants or underwear on. I gave up. 3:30 a.m. I was sure no one was in the hall, and I wasn't going to bother to tell her to put some pants on. I'm too tired. The interesting part is, I looked up the fiancé a few weeks later, and he had updated his Facebook page. He was now in a relationship with just the girlfriend, and they're engaged. So not only had he ended things with A, but was now engaged to the girlfriend. I don't know if he wanted to get rid of her, which is why he was taking 8 years to marry her or what, but I find it funny that that happened. It's been a year since this happened, and they just got married. She set up multiple accounts to try and refriend him after this on Facebook, and then tried to stalk him, but he got a restraining order on her, it turns out. There are still more stories, so expect a part 3 soon. So, I don't understand what was going on in their relationship. I just understand that there was 3 of them, and from what it seems like to me, and this is very much an outsider's observation, A reminds me of when I was in incredibly toxic and horrible relationships in the past. But fiancé kind of reminds me of the guy I was when I was in those. You're just put up with that person because you think you have to. You think that, if I do this, put up with this, fight through this, make this work, then the entire relationship will work. Love will conquer all, and that's going to be a thing. It sounds like right around the time they were having this argument and you heard this, Liz Cat, he realized that, no, you do not just put up with toxic people. If they're not going to be rational or understanding or even, vaguely reasonable, it's not going to work. You have to understand what works for you and what works for them, and if what works for them is completely illogical and unreasonable, and what works for you is the bare modicum of understanding, then yeah, this is not a healthy relationship. This is just like, they're an asshole, and you need to get out of that shit, because it's only going to fuck you over. Yeah, toxic people they're irrational. Like, people like that, people like A in this story are completely irrational. She refuses to understand reality or to do anything about herself. And the really just messy room, I've seen this comment a lot in the Neckbeard Nest subreddit and stuff, is, there are a lot of times it's very indicative of depression or mental illness. And in A's case, yeah, mental illness was a thing. I don't know so much depression because I don't really know her, but I definitely had exes who had rooms that were just like that were just absolutely destroyed, and it was this, it was just this thing where they couldn't be bothered. Whatever they were doing in the moment was far more important than any kind of hygiene or cleaning your personal space or anything like that. I don't know what that is. It sounds vaguely like narcissism, but I don't really know what that is. But yeah, that was a lot of that. And it's only after I'm I need to fix myself, and then I did, and now I'm in like a... I guess I can go ahead and tell you guys. I'm in like a normal, healthy, happy relationship, if you haven't already guessed that. And I'm still trying to get used to that. Like, I'm still like... We're not... Because anytime I have to do something, like with my ex, anytime I had to go somewhere, like if I literally had to go to the store because like there is no food and I need to go to the grocery store, she would get mad at me, and it would result in like a 45-minute fight because I was not there at her beck and call. And now, if it's like I need to go to the store, my current girlfriend is like, okay, I'll be here. I'll text you if you want. And is this what normal people do? Oh my god. This is like, I don't know how to react to normal. I have spent so much time with absolute insanity that normal is just like, what? My lungs work. Is this what breathing is? Oh my god. I like this. Can I have this all the time? So yeah, it seems like her fiance went through one of those moments where he realized when she went to college, when A went off to this university and wasn't around all the time to basically police the actions between himself and the girlfriend, that both of them seemed like rational human beings, and it seems like she was the toxic middle that was causing all these problems or driving everybody apart. And as soon as she wasn't in the picture and they could actually have normal conversations and do things without her constantly getting in the middle of everything, or just the way she would insist, like in the last story where she insisted, like, no, this cat's okay if we just have you to fuck right here, even though she knew that's not true, and basically just lied to them. She seems incredibly controlling, but that's just an assumption. And it seems like with her not there, the two of them realized that they were actually better for each other than with her in the middle. And when she decided she was just done and was out of it, that's it. They just kind of moved on. We're like, okay, fine. I mean, we're happier with each other anyway. It's a weird thing when you're used to incredibly toxic relationships and then suddenly good shit happens. You're not entirely sure how to process it. But once you've learned how to process it, once you've learned, like, you know, the person you're dating is actually, like, a stable, normal human being who's not going to abuse you because you watch television and thought one of the guys in the commercial was kind of vaguely cute. That's a legitimate argument I had with my ex one time. She said I was going to cheat on her with a guy I saw on television who I'd never met. Yeah. So, yeah, once you learn how to process what normal, healthy relationships are, you're just like, I would fucking never go back to this. I would never go back to that crazy shit again. And anytime crazy shit starts showing up, you're just like, haha, miss me with that shit. I'm out. You don't even play games. You're just like, nah, dude. Bye. Because it's literally like breathing for the first time. It's a wonderful thing. So that's what it sounds like to me. Or maybe I'm just assuming. I don't know. You guys tell me. Anyway, if you enjoyed this story and you'd like to submit your own, like our friend LizCat did, you can do that by going to my subreddit at r/moonhorsestories and posting it there. I check it every day, so I'll see it. And if you'd like to do anything to help keep the lights on in this crazy place and keep this shit going, you can donate to my Patreon, or I sell t-shirts and things like that. All of this and more are in the links down below. And I will see you in the next video. I love you all, and goodbye.